buffing up Savior for the 2v2, and that one will come through. Play-by-plays can, in fact, analyze drafts sometimes, folks. So that's going to complete both of our drafts. And like you talked about, Cayman, I really want to punch this even further home. Opposite playstyles on the map.
Definitely a positive for the Renekton. Climber, obviously, with that knowledge on the top side, Jung obviously showing so much aggression, is just going to take that dragon on the bot side. But with that pressure, so scary, because Baya was first on the move, they were able to get up there, but now Sauce is in trouble.
Xiaosa gets the flash headbutt. They get it into the seismic shove. Sauce's trying to survive under his turret. How long can he thrive for? A while is definitely the answer, but Climber here will trade back Xiaosa. Choke through. Luckily, he's got enough HP of his own to survive, but it's another positive trade for Zhang, and he's going to try and threaten another plate off this turret, or maybe just proxy another wave, or the third option, which is dive even without dominance, and he's got more than enough damage to Vault Breaker forward. You don't have a companion to follow you up just yet. The Weaver's Wall not being called on for Saber, but now they might try feats are up for grabs, knowing those objectives pointed out, but also we're still looking for that feat of warfare to be secured. And on Tao, Junhao jumps after Climber, wasn't expecting YCX, and now has to flashback over the wall. Baya and a Valkyrie as well as Climber tries to run down Ultra Prime. Xiaosa has to burn the flash into the culling from Savior. He's going to chase after him, dashes forward, gets the Qs down. Unbreakable Will, is it strong enough to withhold the damage from Savior? The pillar says no, neither does the light beam. And yes, this isn't the LCK. We're about to see why here now, Adam. We're likely going to get a fight over the Herald as... Did I jinx it again? Okay. All right, I jinxed it again. Junhao gets the Herald, gets out. Here's the real fun we want to see. Sasa finally gets some space on this Yorick, and doing what a York does best, knocking down. He is warded up by Climber, so he knows it's being started, but very treacherous to walk into a Talia. YCX is going to try and bridge the gap with the Glacial Fissure. Is going to get the knock up onto Baya, but LGD, they don't pull the trigger just yet. Climber has to lead the charge here. There's low engage tools on this LGD comp, and you can see how much they just struggle to even try and walk their way in. Poke down onto Zhang. He's going to go in after Sasa with the dominance pop, but he gets chunked out way too low at first. It's South's turn. Now try to step up on the front line as the dragon is secured. Ultra Prime stopped the dragon stacking, and now they can get out, and they're going to have to use Xiaosa to get out safely, sacrificing Xiaosa can't threaten the other side of the map. They're trying to do that now with Zhang pushing waves into that bot tier 1 turret, but we're in a weird, awkward standstill where Junhao and Climber were just, face to face, but the culling comes across. Junhao getting chunked down. The pillar stops Junhao from getting out and keeps Xiaosa in place as well. What a position from Climber. Stops all of the Ultra Prime escape and sets them up for a huge Otacon take.
Absolutely gorgeous from Climber there. Not only is he completely blocking the escape from Junhao by stopping the Vault Breaker from going out, but the pillar coming in after that to shut down not only Junhao, but Xiaoxia's escape pattern. It's incredible. It's a free Otacon now for LGD. And Slayer, quite frankly, LGD are just executing Xiaoxia. They're the ones that are getting constantly caught out in this mid game.
They have to do so much of that heavy lifting, trying to put together such a makeshift front line, because like we talked about, Zhang is trying to make it wavebot answer, or Zhang does what he's doing right now with a deep TP flank that is not spotted out just yet. He's going to be a little too late for this Drake take. It is going to be secured by Climber. The Weaver's Wall comes down a bit early, but Zhang on the flank goes in right after XQW, but the heal comes across. Can the melee stand up tall? Because Ultra Prime are trying to run down Saber. Flashes himself back out. Baya eats the stun. Saber goes back in. XQW Sand Soldiers stand up tall, and Ultra Prime fall flat on their face.
Oh, it looks so juicy. It looks so playable for them on a flank angle, but once again, it's Junhao who's completely separated from his team, going in way too early, getting blown up before the Renekton even is able to enter the fight. The 4v5 looks playable. Baya goes in to try.
Seeing it now. They can even strong side him, and this is what we feared from draft. Watch this. Goodbye, turret. Yeah, that's a York and a Trundle here. But they can buy so much space with this Braum and Azir, and the call looks like it's coming out. Junhao eyeing a steal, but he's too late to that party. Baron on their team compared to the Ultra Prime side that we're still looking for consistency from is Zhang. He's going for a desperation play, pops the dominance. Weaver's Wall doesn't really cut off too many LGD members, but Junhao on the back of the fight gets the assist down into the seismic shove. It's knock up City, and Savior goes down. Has the miracle come in here for Ultra Prime? No, XQW is churning and burning with too many Sand Soldiers to deal with. They're on all sides, and Ultra Prime can only see a fate sealed in a gray screen. XQW picking up the quadra kill. Game 1 is over, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, they felt like they found the perfect engage onto the Lucian, but they forgot this is a 26-minute Azir, and you cannot leave that champion alone. XQW doing a great job to space it. LGD playing the back half of this game incredibly well, so much so that they are going to be walking their way to a Game 1 victory.
Outside of a Zhang lead on the top side, LGD showing they're a cut above Ultra Prime in our opening counter pick. You have enough Scion front line that they feel like Nautilus is a reliable setup. You got non-committal engaged with that ultimate, and obviously the dredge line can really kick off these fights. So once again, K-Man, in a complete way over, Shockwave going to try and hold Junhao in place, but the seal could be set up with the Trickster. This actually is turning into a very treacherous 50-50, but the knockup lands through the Trickster. They're going to try and turn. Junhao hops onto the Dragon. It's going to be the Dragon traded. Ultra Prime get it, but can Saber get out? Yes, with the perfect execution, gets back over the wall.
Scrubs as well. That is a huge early lead to Ultra Prime, and that's reflected in the gold lead as well, pretty much entirely on the top side of the map, and now they've got the effective combat stats.
Drop a lot of minions for this either. I like the swing up Saber matches, but here comes the fighting we were expecting. Charm into knockup, into Chains of Corruption, 3 ultimates to the noggin of YCX, and he's got not punished too heavily. Another 50-50 coming out. XQW says no, because this time the Shockwave
really just about how much they want to commit in certain areas, and mid lane's going to commit on.
This game is all about layering ultimates. You just saw both bottom lane ults come out from the Ultra Prime and the flash forward for Baya. Let's see how many Prime numbers come into play with this Rift Herald take on the top side. YCX throws down the dredge line, gets the depth charge knock up, and they're just throwing South into the air, but the flank comes out from Zhang. He's getting onto the backline. Both members of LGD backline are trying to flash back out, but here comes Saber over the wall with the killer instinct. Will he be able to get the most damage down? Yes, the 5-finger strikes are just doling out punishments. LGD crumble. It's only Sasa left to tell the tale.
It looks pretty good for LGD at the start of that fight. They were able to catch Xiaoxia way too far forward on the recon, but they used so much to be able to break him down, and unfortunately for LGD, they all clump up into this little small area. And you know who loves to hear that? Aatrox, Wukong, Akali. They love to know that you are ripe for the picking. Lead that is in favor of Ultra Prime really being in the right spots. That's a 3-0 and 3 Varus. That is a 2-0 and 1 Akali. That is an Aatrox that is up almost 30 CS here. And you just got to be excited about where Ultra Prime is at, especially after a pretty rocky game number 1.
Got to be excited knowing this is what it looks like when Zhang gets help on the leads.
Ooh, the flank.
We know LGD won't go quietly as you get the Scion ultimate into the double knockup, and they pick off Baya. The ultimate layering this time goes from the side of LGD as we do see Zhang fly in. Shockwave going to land on it too, but the knockups are coming through for the Aatrox. Saber goes into the backline, but he's struck in the shroud. He doesn't know what target to engage on until he eviscerates YCX. But that's the support down. Can Zhang use the one-ender to heal through this all? Cyclone off to the side from Junhao is going to hit absolutely nobody as Sasa starting to push out the damage on the front side. Grand Entrance gets the knockup. They're trying to hold Sasa at bay. Will the Scion fall before Zhang heals through? No! The World Ender provides pivotal, but Savior trying to kite back on the MF. Can't get enough damage down! The knockups fly through, and it's all left on XQW, but there's no cooldowns left, and there's just a...
We talked about this in draft. The amount of engage coming in from both sides is massive, but that is so terrifying. As we Climber potentially in trouble during a lower third.
Shockwave? Baya has to burn Ghost and Flash, but that does get 2 ultimates off of the board here for LGD. As Zhang on the bot side does tank a turret shot, so he has to pop that World Ender. Will keep him safe into Sasa, and the more important stuff happening on the top side river is the rest of Ultra Prime feel confident enough to start up this Otacon. How do LGD get in here? Because Climber took a reset through all this, so there's not even a fight to be had. This is just Otacon going over to Ultra Prime.
Oh, and this is such a close timer because look at the teleport cooldown on Sasa. It's up right now. If they were 5-10 seconds slower, they are not really able to make that play in the same kind of way with no teleport being available for Zhang on the bottom side of the map. So this is technically still playable if you can get a wombo combo off for LGD. I want to see Ultra Prime feel clean and closing this out.
Love this chase down, knowing there's no top turret or XQW to run towards. Phase Rush buys him a good amount of space, but Junhao just waiting on cooldowns, desperately trying to get close enough for the dash. The Trickster's not getting close enough. Hexgate isn't going to XQW taking it. No, he ignores it. He's at this point just trying to play the stall game. How long can XQW survive before he ultimately gives this kill over? Shockwave going to be dropped on the 2 damage dealers. I need a timer up on how long XQW is going to live. Finally, a knockup lands, some CC down, slow layered as well. Junhao, look how long he's waiting to desperately dash in here, and he finally will at the twilight hour. XQW falls as expected.
Honestly, not a terrible play overall for XQW. Look at the ward coverage that's been set up here on the bottom side of the map. It's actually fully in there for LGD, as this dragon will be spawning in 15 seconds. So Saber now could be in danger under this tower.
Hexgate's trying to get them close enough. Teleport coming in here as well. Saber, how much time can you buy in the Shroud? A whole lot, he says, so far, as the Crescent Guard does catch him. Zhang TP's in with the One-Ender, but he's going to eat a full plate of bullet time until he flashes right after Savior. Flash match, but can Savior kite back here? Because Zhang just has too much damage, and Baya has arrived to the fight. Marksman going blow for blow, but Baya is superior. Down falls LGD once more.
Oh, it looked like it could be a positive play for LGD, but boy, do we get that turned pretty quickly. That is a fantastic play from Jung and from Baya to be able to capitalize. Saber still going way too deep and way too aggressive to try to make that play happen. It is a shutdown over to LGD, but at the end of the day, is it really anything other than yet another Dragon going over to the side of Ultra Prime? Jung got a prime number of kills on the bot side. He absolutely did. We get even more fun stats here. Prime time.
It's going to take a big mistake from Ultra Prime, and maybe it's Baya that's going to make it as he pops the ghost, but he is completely flanked. It's the double TP Baya. He's going to try and trade Climber out, but he's down already. LGD make the snap decision on the flank. How much more can they get? Because Saber's teleported in. Junhao still wants to fight, but the Shockwave holds him in place. Zhang in a 1v1 with XQW. Savior goes down first, and once again, it's the solo lanes that really shine here for Ultra Prime. You can knock down Baya, but you're saying bye-bye to the rest of your base as only Sasa survives another escapade from Ultra Prime.
It's a desperation play coming in from LGD, and desperation often does not lead to success. Ultra Prime able to pick up a huge team fight win. You are absolutely on the money, Slayer. This is a
bring away slowly but surely. So we'll see if LGD continue to try and get desperate here. Do have a catch on to Junhao of all people, and the Crescent Guard into the Shockwave burns him, but boy, oh boy, is the damage out of Ultra Prime so much more massive. They trade Climber back out, and it's Zhang on the flank again. Here's World Ender, here's Saber. His blade is too sharp for anybody in LGD to deal with, and he's going after Savior next with a piercing arrow that can do just about as good as a smite, if not better. Savior does have the bullet time, and he's not spotted on vision just yet. Now will be seen by Zhang, who is holding both Sasa and Savior at bay. The bullet time is actually going to be used on Zhang, but my God, his Saber's damage is just disgusting by this point. You blink and Savior's off your screen and make it a double. Kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier, but our prayers really have been answered in the fact that we're getting to see the solo lanes, marked when it comes to draft and accounted for going forward the way both of them. Where does it take place?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just where does Ultra Prime want to put all of their resources into right now. Zhang's like they're going to try to capitalize on the Aatrox. That is not going to work for them.
One short dash gets him out of range of a depth charge and a shockwave. Junhao's going to go all in after Savior, who is left unaccounted for, and Saber takes down Savior once more. It's time for the dominoes to fall in place for Ultra Prime, as there's nothing for LGD to do but watch this game slip out of their grasp. We're going the distance in Group Nirvana today, and Ultra Prime are putting a stamp, a seal of approval doing so.
Oh, and Saber drives the dagger through the heart as he destroys LGD on this Akali and brings Ultra Prime to one of their closest setup here for LGD. My goodness, like you are looking at Jarvan diving in, you're looking at Mbessa diving in, but you've got a Galio for protection, you've got a Thresh for protection. Ultra Prime on the other side, they have their own sense of self-peel. You have things like Xayah Ultimate, obviously, but even just
this guy producing at a high caliber and also fitting in as many Prime puns as he possibly can. Though you did call it K-Man with a little bit of help from mid and bottom lane. Decision is, where is Climber prioritizing more over this Drake stacking that he's been so fond of? He's trying to make this gank on the top side work. The public execution landing for Sasa will still kind of aghast at from these Nirvana teams that they are not willing to ooga booga run into these
for free. Certainly not an ideal play style to get away with all of the time, but Jung could be in trouble here.
Oh, the death sentences continue to stack up, and YCX goes on a hot streak with those, and the damage is more than enough with the rocket coming in to steal it. Perfectly set up to get the Super Savior Jinx, the first kill for LGD.
Would you say that that was perfectly executed, Slayer? Would you say that that is maybe how that went down? I'm so sorry.
We had an Akali game.
Oh.
You know what's funny? Climber get in here with the flag and drag in time. It's gonna have to be a steal from Climber, and oh my God, that is. Right. Oh, okay. Oh my God, we're back in. Oh my God, and Climber steals it. How anticlimactic! And now the rest of the fight breaks out here for LGD as they start to target the carries on the back end. It's desperate fallback for Baya, but he gets shut down by the might of Sasa. LGD with the tack pause might have just won the game off the back of the pause as they come back in, and they come back in swinging. Wow.
That's going to stop the dragon stacking from Ultra Prime. That would have been sole point for them, so it is worthwhile. They're able to pick up this
my God,
tier 1 now as well. It's just Baya who's under threat here.
Okay, doesn't have flash. Yeah, they're just going to try and get by off the wave. So Savior can get the turret. One more rocket should do it. And now he gets excited.
And again, that's the fear of this jinx that has been created through these past couple of plays. You could not allow Savior to get rolling.
Zhang actually makes sure Savior can't step up and deal the damage, but the turret will finally fall.
Slayer, unfortunately, that was putting ourselves in a position where it's just hard to imagine Savior ever being in danger to be capitalized on. As long as the rest of the team ends up collapsing well enough, Savior should be able to survive. How are they ever supposed to expect when LGD are going to be death pushing versus when they're going to be starting up the Baron? Luckily, they're able to maintain some vision, but this could be it.
YCX, good flash, get away from the initial engages. Climber's gonna hold by yet in the Cataclysm. The Featherstorm and flash has to be used, but Sauce's in the background. 1 versus 5,
Sasa?
and he will not relent. The rocket over top. There's nothing for Ultra Prime to do but fall across the line to the might of an excited Savior. There's the dynamite going boom. There's the series wrapped up. LGD going to 2-2.
Oh, it's just disaster for Ultra Prime. What looked like they might have found something to play off of just ends in their demise. It's LGD punching their second win across Group Nirvana and unfortunately sending Ultra Prime to a 0-4 start. But what a great look from LGD, who could be a true contender here in Group Nirvana.
Everyone's talking about EDG and NIP at the top of Group Nirvana. But the question we come away with this series in is who can pose a fight